chest, shoulders, and triceps, also referred to as the push muscles. Now, they're called push muscles because you literally push objects with them. Now, I'm gonna be honest, when I started going to the gym, I didn't know how to formulate exercises for the push muscles. And that's simply just because I didn't know their simple anatomy. So in today's video, I will be going over their simple anatomy and how to formulate exercises for them. Alright, so firstly we have the chest, which is the biggest muscle group in terms of your push muscles. Now, the chest is very simple in terms of anatomy. It's just upper, middle, lower. But understanding the anatomy is where it kind of gets a little tricky, right? So what you need to understand is the lower and the middle grows faster and is usually more developed than the upper chest. And that's just simply the way it works. I mean, I'm not going to explain why, but that's the way it works. So in order to counteract this, we would do an incline press or some sort of incline exercise, which helps to target your upper chest. And the reason we like to target the upper chest a bit more is because it just simply looks better. If you look at somebody who has like a less developed chest or less developed upper chest, you can see that their chest looks a little saggy. And that just brings me into my next point, and that is my exercise formula. So what I do first is I hit a flat press. A flat press is just super simple. You can do a flat bench, a flat dumbbell press. You have a lot of variety when it comes to, hitting a flat press. Then I have incline press. And an incline press is simply where you just move, the bench to give it more of an incline. What this does is it changes gravity, the gravity of the weight to hit your upper chest a bit more. And again, just like flat press, you can do a incline dumbbell press, an incline bench press, whatever you like. And then lastly, we have a chest fly. Chest flies are really good. I can really feel my chest when I'm in that deep stretch. And they're just an overall really good exercise. What I personally do is I just do a flat bench, then a dumbbell incline press, then I do a chest fly machine, and that's pretty much it. I mean, that's easily the safest and best exercise formula in my opinion. And that's it for chest. So the shoulder is split up into three sections, right? You've got the rear delts, the side delts, and the front delts. And the thing is about the shoulders is that they're a little different to the chest. Even if you're hitting an incline press on the chest, it will still kind of hit your middle and lower chest. But with shoulders, they kind of grow more individually. So if I do an exercise targeting the side delt, it will mostly like 95% hit the side delt. So this brings me into my next point, and that is my exercise formula. So for shoulders, I usually do 3 exercises, right? The first exercise I do is rear delt flies on the cable machine. Now I like these because they give you a deep stretch and they're generally just pretty good. But you can go for any sort of rear delt fly. I'm pretty sure you can do one on the chest fly machine. And there's just multiple ways you can do it. But that's the first exercise I would do, and that obviously hits your rear delts. Secondly, I usually do lateral raises. And specifically, I do cable lateral raises, right? Because they're very reliable. And lastly, I do a shoulder press on the machine. And that's just pretty much it for shoulders. Alright, so lastly, we just have the triceps, and the triceps are made up of 3 heads. So you have the lateral head, the medial head, and the long head, right? And you don't need to know much about them. You just need to understand them and understand that there's 3 heads. And usually when you're doing triceps, you can usually perceive it in 2 ways, right? You can do 2 exercises or 3 exercises. I prefer doing 2 exercises just because I don't know, I just prefer it that way, but it doesn't really matter. But for my 2 exercise formula, I would usually just simply go for like a tricep push down, and what extension you decide to use doesn't really matter. Whatever is like most comfortable for your elbows. And then lastly is simply just a tricep kickback, and that should be pretty much it. I mean, those 2 exercises will completely hit your triceps and will destroy them, to be honest. All right, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.